everyone, I'm here to talk to you today about two things, and I'll do it pretty quickly. I want to talk to you about epigraphs and also about some MLA format for your memoir. So the first thing I want to talk about is epigraphs and where you can find them online. You certainly can open a book. If there's a quotation that you think relates to your memoir from a book you've read, from a movie you've watched, from a song you've heard, if there's a biblical passage that you want to use, you certainly can find them in a book. But I've decided to write about a time that I got a tattoo, and I'm starting to notice that I'm talking about in my memoir how I feel on the inside that I want to show on the outside. So I decided to go to Google, and I typed in quotations on inside and outside. Even with the misspelling that I have in quotations, I like going to these Goodreads page, and there's also these AZ quotes pages, which I don't find as useful, but I like Goodreads. I don't use it personally, but I like Goodreads because if you use the app, it allows you to type in passages from things that you're reading. And so then I can look through all of these quotations from these different novels, different books. Some of these are nonfiction books, and I found one that I liked down here. So that's how I found my epigraph for my memoir, and I recommend that you do something similar if you can't identify a passage from your quote from a book or a poem or a song or something. Then maybe you read through a Goodreads page, because there's lots of quotes from many different texts that you could use for your epigraph. So once I found the one that I wanted, I put the epigraph. I want to show you where it is in my draft that we were highlighting in class. Notice that the title of my memoir is first, and then I have the epigraph, and I don't have quotation marks around it, but you'll notice that it's inside italics. And then I have the name of the person who said the epigraph, and then I start my essay. So this is the order of what your first page of your essay will look like in MLA format, which is what I also want to talk about today, is that you will have your name, your instructor's name, the course, and then the date that your essay is due. And since it's due on Wednesday, that would be 15 September 2021. Remember, we invert the date there. And then the rest of the order here for your essay will be title of your memoir, epigraph, person who wrote or said the epigraph that you're using, and then you'll start your essay. So that's what it will look like. The other thing that I haven't added to the first page that needs to be there for MLA format is my header. So you'll notice in Google Docs, and you can do this in Word as well, that if I double click near the top, the header comes up there. And then I'm going to hit my tab button until it gets to this side so that I can click options and click page number. And if you're using Microsoft Word and need help with this, I can help you with this. Just email me and I can help you and send you a video on Microsoft Word as well. But remember that the header at the top needs to have your last name and the page number. And the page number will be formatted so that when I double click out, it will stay Wheeler 1, but when I scroll down here, it will say Wheeler 2. So it'll be your last name, page 1, your last name, page 2, your last name, page 3 on the works cited page. And then also pay attention to the margins. You know what the rules are, you've heard them before, and then double spacing. I want to remind you that we do in our textbook, if you go to course materials, content, and then go to our English 121 textbook, it's here. I already have it opened up, but our textbook has a table of contents as well, and it shows you on the formatting, the 12.1 formatting your paper in MLA, it shows you what the first page of your essay, what it should look like. And so this is just a quick review because I know you've all covered this information with other writing instructors before, but your name, instructor's name, course. I had memoir instead of section, okay? Doesn't matter as long as the course is identified, and then the date, and then our header was our last name and our page number. Double spacing, and then this document will give you some little red notes on other rules for the formatting. So we have officially gone over formatting your paper. The other thing I want to show you in the textbook is that we do have this whole section on MLA and APA, and you might want to look at the works cited entries, especially the works cited examples. And when you click on these purple buttons, it gives you a description of what kind of example works cited entry it is. But for your epigraph, you will need a works cited page, a works cited entry, and so I use this one since mine's a web source. And so when I click on the purple, it just describes what this entry is doing. It doesn't have an author name. The Goodreads page that I'm using doesn't have an author, so you'll see when I go back to my draft that my works cited entry looks like this. I have works cited at the top, inside quotes. That's what the top of my Goodreads page said, is inside quotes, and so that's what I typed there. This is the website title. This is the publishing company. This is, I think I forgot a comma there. This is the year it was published, 2020, 2021. Here's the website address, and then I accessed it on this date. And so I got that entry from our textbook. So that'll be in the homework that I ask you to review some example works cited entries, but mostly this one that is a website source from the New York Times. And I was just mimicking that for my Goodreads source that I'm using for my epigraph. So I think I've covered everything. That's 6 minutes. If you have any questions about how to find your epigraph or how to write your works cited entry, go ahead and email me, and I can give you some help there with an audio recording with some instructions or another video. But hopefully you'll be able to use the textbook that's ND2L and this video to figure all of that out. But your goal is to revise your memoir, to make sure it's set up in MLA format, double-spaced. Make sure you have an epigraph, put all of your revisions into place, and then make sure you add a works cited page at the very end. Have a great week, everyone. I'll see you next Saturday.